If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey everybody, this is Marvin McQueen II, and you have tuned in once again to Motivational Change with Marvin. And of course, we're excited that you have joined us. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this journey as we have been trying our best to encourage and inspire those to create the change that they want in their life. It's going to take some work, of course, and we're doing our best. And I know you're doing your best. If you have not done so today, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're doing pretty good for yourself. So today we're going to jump into a subject talking about boundaries. We're going to talk about boundaries, and we want to do our best in creating some healthy boundaries in our life. And I want to start it off with this particular sentence. Don't be afraid to set firm boundaries. Don't be afraid to set firm boundaries. There has been so many of us that really allow other people and things to really affect ourselves. We get ran over, and we want to be happy. We want to truly be the best us. We want to be build that healthy life in our living and our existence. But one of the things that we need to learn how to do is learn how to set those healthy boundaries, because boundaries are basically being clear about what your limits are and see how they are necessary to your living, and to even ensure that you don't get overwhelmed by the demands of other people. So without boundaries, you are likely to be stressed, overburdened. You'll become resentful. And it's up to you to set and maintain those limits in life. You are the only one responsible for your happiness and your well-being. And so if your body is telling you to slow down or telling you to stop, that means you have exceeded your boundary. That means you're not. That means you really need to recalibrate. You need to stop and recalculate yourself, get yourself to a better place so you can build that great health that you want in your own life. And so I want to give you some keys today. I want to give you some keys to really help out with creating boundaries. And I've told you before, if you have not heard me, these are things that I'm personally working on as well. And so we're just going to grow together and create that change that we want to see. The first key that I want to share with you is know your limits. Know your limits. Knowing yourself is the key to creating and maintaining those good, healthy boundaries for your life. You have to know your emotional limits. You got to know your physical limits, know your mental limits. You got to work out what really makes you feel uncomfortable and stressed, and even the positive side of what feels good to you. You got to know how far you can go. Don't really get into the place of blaming other people. But this is something that you can do. You have to know your own particular limits. So that's the first key, is know your limits. The second key is learn how to read your feelings. Learn how to read your feelings. So in assessing where you are and knowing your limits and knowing where you have to go, you're going to have this full range of different emotions that will happen in your life, right? And so the key is to really signal and know the signals of your emotions that your boundaries are being crossed. And so you don't want to become resentful, of course, to other people, and you definitely don't want to live in discomfort. And so if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, not appreciated, feel like someone is exploiting you, that is normally a sign that you're being pushed beyond your boundaries. Not saying that you need to push yourself to the limit so you can use this as a growth time or different things of that nature. But these things will come. This is something that you can be in control of. And so learning your boundary, learning how to read your feelings, and sometimes what will be a blessing to you and a help to you is learning to say no. It's just something that we all can do. We tried our best to do it. And so saying no to not push yourself past your boundaries is not a negative thing. It is a positive thing. Key number 3, give yourself permission to enforce your boundaries. Like I told you, and I said it previously, just lining into it, it's okay to say no. In fact, it is necessary for your self-respect to maintain boundaries. If you have an unwelcome request in your life, there is no room for you to doubt at all. You tell yourself, and you tell whoever it may be, let them know, say, you know what? No, I'm not really feeling that. I need to do something. And so having clear boundaries and sticking to them is not a selfish thing. What you're learning how to do is put yourself first. There are many of us that have huge hearts, big hearts, and we necessarily never put ourselves first. But it is the right time for us to put ourselves first. So you have to enforce those boundaries. Number 4, here's key number 4. Be clear about what's up for negotiation. Be clear about what is going on or what is up for negotiation. You have to know what you need to stay happy and healthy. Many times we let other people's feelings get in the way of our feelings, and therefore we're putting our health and our happiness up for negotiation. And so whether you're taking a walk or you're going to the gym, some people are doing yoga, different things of that nature. You have to make it clear that these are some things that are part of my life or part of my daily schedule that are non-negotiable. This is something that I do every day to grow myself, every day to have self-care, whatever it is that you need. And so you have to be clear. Even if someone say, hey, you know what, we're coming to your house for food and drinks, we're coming to your house, everybody's coming over, be clear and just say, you know what, no, not today. I wouldn't mind if it was another day. You can say that, or you be clear and you tell them exactly what day that you are available. So you won't have that room for doubt, guilt, and that leverage that is pushing you past the boundary that you have set for yourself. Here it is, key number 5. Key number 5. This is the last one. Be direct. Yes, be direct. When you're clear about your boundaries, you do not need an excuse. Be direct. Y'all, I'm working on this myself, and I think a few of you can hear this and say, yeah, I'm working on that too. You don't need a backstory. You don't need an exaggerated truth. You don't need to set a lie. You don't need a note from your doctor. You don't need a note from your parents. Be direct. Be so direct, and you have to leave it just like that. It's okay. But, you can be polite, of course, and you can be kind about it. I'm not saying that you can just go off and run from and be snappy and go from 0 to 100 and anything like that. No. At the end, respect is very valued on both parties, and it's okay to say no, and it's okay to keep your boundaries strong. And so what you're doing is being direct. You're saying what you feel. You're saying about how you feel about the situation. You're trying your best to have the necessary effects and necessary feelings, rather, about what is affecting your well-being. You don't want anyone to run you over. You don't want those boundaries being crossed. This is a powerful and a wonderful thing that you get a chance to not be afraid of setting those healthy boundaries in your life. And so I want you to just really be okay, because many times we may ask the question, are you considering yourself to be too nice? Are you a people pleaser? Do you even put yourself first? These are questions that we ask ourselves, because we're not here to just exist to satisfy other people's wants. We have to even fulfill our own desires and our own wants. And so I hope this helps you, and I hope this encourages you. So we're going to build those boundaries. We're going to have better boundaries, and we're going to create those healthy boundaries so you can keep going and keep pushing to be all that you need to be. Listen, I'm glad you tuned in. Listen, stay connected, of course. Visit my website when you get a chance and share with someone that you was just tuned in to Motivational Change with Marvin. Go to www.marvinmcqueen2.com, and I look forward to you connecting with me. See you next time.